live at the rink. Our final game of the season. Jim, you wanna mic up?
John's got it.
Oh, Jimmer's here. Being too big of a chicken. I don't know if John's here tonight. I see Laura walking in. We'll have to ask her.
Yeah, maybe Laura will be back.
Let the fans watch the boys warm up here. Got 5 minutes in the clock. Anoka has yet to take the ice. Trying streaming in a higher quality video again tonight. 1080p at 60 frames per second. Last time I tried this, my phone overheated and it crashed mid-stream, but I now have a chiller on my phone. So we're gonna try it again and pray that I don't crash the stream. If it does go down, check the main website, YouTube site, and I'll try to get us back live for anybody watching right now. We got 5 people watching, John. We gotta talk to the people.
You can, Billy takes donations for a new phone or whatever one's over.
I do need to upgrade to at least an iPhone 16. The iPhone 15 is the problem. It's the internal computer here. But it is what it is. I've already spent probably $1,000 on camera gear this year. It's ridiculous what I've done. Let's go over the...
For the kids, Billy.
It's for the kids. I don't know where Anoka's at. They got the clock running. They got four minutes left on the clock. We are a little bit early. Or no, we're not early. It's 7:20 was the start time, so I don't know where Anoka is. They might be maybe getting ready to come out, but I don't know. No idea where they're at. Let's take a look at the stats coming into today. Matchup stats. Tonight we'll be playing Anoka. Anoka's the #1 ranked team in District 10 currently. We're ranked number 2 behind them. You can see the records, overall record. Anoka 39-4-3. We're 26-13-1. Anoka finally taking the ice here. District 10 record, Anoka is 19-0-0. We're 15-4-1, hoping to make it 16-4-1, making Anoka 19-1-1. I think Anoka has one more game to finish out the season. Anoka is ranked 14th in state. We're ranked 24th in state currently. See the shots on goal and against on the screen there. Obviously, we came off a tournament 5th place win overall. I disagree. They did the tiebreaker and they did it dirty. They did the first tiebreaker for the tournament was goal differential, then penalty minutes, then the head-to-head. So the team that played in 3rd place was the Minnesota River Bulldogs, and we beat them. They have the same record as us. I think that's ridiculous. It should have been first head-to-head, but I should run my own tournament up here, is what it tells me. The Millich, the JM Millich, Jim Millich JM Electrifying Tournament coming, sponsored by JM Electric. I don't think we got John coming here. I might have to call in my sub, John Stewart. Throw this mic up here. More of the action. Oh, this? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, after the game. Sounds good. I think we're going. Yeah. So, James, you want to rock a mic? I don't see Pitzel around. Well, I say lots of dumb stuff. You know, you just roll with it. 48-6. seconds left of the warm-ups and we'll be underway. I think Anoka's got a couple of players that might be hurt. Ryan Roop, I heard from my son. He goes to school with my son. He might be cut his hand or something. So we'll see if he's out there. And there might be another Anoka player, one of their better players that are missing. So we can only hope. But I think I'm counting a full bench. We're going to get the buzzer and we'll be underway here. Boys are cleaning up the ice. I don't know how the Anoka boys got over on our side. Boys not taking too kindly on it. Huh? They want to play with them. Yeah. We got Quinn Kraus, Jackson Krause's little sister. She's going to man the scoreboard today for you. She's going to do the shot count too. So, and the Minnesota Wild are leading 2-0 in the first period. Pretty good. Who's got our goals? Oh. You gotta hit the play-by-play button. Your starting lineup today. Looks like we're going to start with Stone in the face-off circle. He's going to have Isaac Olson as his right wing, Green as his left wing, along with Thomas and Norman back there at D. Face-off goes back to Anoka, goes back into their zone. They go cross ice. They're going to pass it up the near side board. Oh, he's looking for options. He throws it over to neutral ice. Isaac Olson's there to intercept. He goes down in the play in the corner, back in the far side board. Anoka carries it into our zone. Liam back there trying to battle, pushes it into the corner. Anoka wraps it around our goaltender, comes around to the near side. Goes to Green. Green's able to get out of the zone, but Anoka intercepts and grabs it. They regrouping in their zone. They bring it back through. Puck comes back in. As Liam steps in, grabs it, gets it into the corner, redirects it. Isaac helps out, grabs it. Isaac's going to carry it back out, pass it over to Green. Green carries it in. Anoka strips him, pass it around the backside of the goaltender, but Stone's there trying to disrupt the play. Stone continues to battle, but Anoka grabs it. Liam steps up, holds the zone, hit a brick wall as he did so. He bounced right off that kid. Stone grabs it, tries to get it in front. Anoka comes back. Liam going to grab it. He tries to keep it into the zone, gets it stripped momentarily. Liam able to hold the zone, dumping it back in, but Anoka comes up with it. They're going to shoot it out of the zone, and our boys go for a change. Drew Milich, fresh off the bench, grabs it, tries to bang it off the boards, but Anoka coming back up with it, and we're going to get called for a hook. I believe Drew's going to go to the box here. Not the way we wanted to start off that shift, but defensive draw coming at you is going to be Schulte in the face-off circle. He's going to have Carlin, Gramzoni, and Max Peterson out there to support. Puck goes back behind our goaltender. They send it around the far side boards. Puck goes into the corner. Carlin battling for it. Stepped up, supported by Gramzoni. They can't get it out of the zone though. Anoka trying to bring it back in. They drive it deep center. Saved by Jake as it gets tipped wide here. Schulte's going to pick it up and get it out of the zone, near side. Anoka picks it back up, and they're going to carry it back in. They're looking for cycling options. Tried to throw it in there as Gramzoni got a stick on it. Bounces out front, and they get the rebound, and they're going to go up 1-0. Comes out of the box just like that. We're already down 1-0. 12:59 left of the first period. Looks like coach is going to leave the same lineup out there. Schulte, Milic, and Gramzoni. Kraus and Von Norman out there at D. Might be rolling 5D here tonight. I'm not certain. We might be missing Michael, it looks like. Anoka dumps it into our zone. Puck goes back behind. Von Norman grabs it, throws it around the boards. Gramzoni goes down. Schulte's able to chip it out of the zone. Anoka picks it up in their end. They're going to send it back out to their zone. Kraus is fast on in here near side. And Anoka comes up with it, brings it into the zone. Action out front. Jake reaches out and gets a glove on that, and he's going to hold on. Face off in the defensive zone. Went to Anoka, shot off right off the face off there, is saved by Jake, and he dives down in to cover it. Another face off here. Will Pitzel will take the face off. Face-off goes to Anoka. They drop it back to the point. They're able to hold the zone. Throw one on net here. Jake comes up with another save. He's going to cover and get another whistle, another defensive zone draw. Face-off goes back to Anoka, but it comes all the way out in the neutral ice. Anoka's there to grab it. Stewart drops back to pressure. Pitzel chips it away from him. Boys both fumble on the pass, Ross and Stewart there, but we finally come back up with it. Stewart grabs it, tries to shoot it, but it gets deflected wide. Pitzel picks it up back behind the goaltender, carries it around the near side boards, drops back to Vaughn. Vaughn sends one just wide. Stewart's going to be back there to pick it up. Anoka's pressuring, grabs a hold of it, sends it over to the near side board. And we're getting near-sided as Vaughn's battling to try to hold it. Ross dropped back and Vaughn's spot there, able to dump it around the boards. Stewart now trying to grab it. Will Pitzel almost turning it over right in front. Shot goes off of Stewart and bounces out. Comes back to Kraus. Kraus is able to pass it up to Ross. Ross is going to dump it into the zone, and he decides to go for a change. Looks like our whole line's changing here. New line coming out. Passing through the neutral zone is Anoka, but Max, fresh off the bench, grabs it. Green with a good play, trying to pass it over to Isaac right up the middle. Passes just a little bit off its mark. Isaac trying to get in, drops it back to Max. Max takes a shot, saved by the Anoka goaltender. And Anoka's going to be able to exit the zone here. Stone stepping up the pressure. Liam's going to pick it up. He spins back around, trying to battle through and keep it. And Anoka is able to finally get a hold of this puck. And they bring it out, take a shot, but they glove this down right in front. And Jake's able to hold on to that. Face off on the far dot here. Be taken by Stone. Comes back to Anoka. Anoka holds it, able to cycle it, centers it, goes right into the side of Jake, and he hangs on. I think that one off his face mask as he shakes his head. You can hear the clank off his face mask on that one. Face off again, comes back to Anoka's point. They send it into the near side corner. Green's there to pressure. Anoka's cycling right out in front. They can't get a shot off. Liam's there trying to battle. Puck goes back behind. Stone helps out, sends it around to the near side boards, but Anoka maintains its own possession. They send another one out front. Oh, and a dangerous play. Bounce, the rebound bounces right out in front. And Anoka grabs it and buries it. Let's take another look at that one. the way we wanted this first period to go. Face-off is one forward. Drew Milic carries it into the zone. He goes down. Puck goes back into the near side corner. Anoka tries to send along the boards. Can't get it anywhere. Schulte pressuring. Anoka is able to bring it back behind the goalie and pass it out of the zone. They try to chip it out. Carlin picks it up. And Schulte grabs it. He's got a one-on-one as he enters the zone. Schulte, though, pressured into the corner as he can't get a shot off. He's able to center it, but nobody's home yet. Milic circles around, grabs it. Gramzoni picks it up, passes it back to Kraus. Kraus gives it right back, and he claims that was offsides. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but... Schulte will take the face-off again. Face-off is one back to Kraus. Kraus tries to bang it up, but Anoka is able to get a stick on it and disrupt this pass attempt. They send it over to the far side board. Graham tried to hold the zone, but Anoka chips it back out. They carry it through the neutral ice. They pass it. Passes off its mark, and it comes back in. Kraus is able to get it. He bangs it off the board to get it to Kraus, or to Milic. Milic gets it to Gramzoni, who does a one-tap pass over to Schulte. Schulte again, though, forced into the corner by Anoka's D. They continue to battle on the far side corner here. Scrum still, nobody able to get that puck to pop loose here. And the puck's going to finally pop out. Schulte had it, gets it back over to Stewart. Stewart sends it back into the corner, and Anoka comes up with this, passes it back to the point. Liam with a shot, but it's gloved down, and we get a whistle. So we're going to do with the lineup here. We're going to get some new forwards. We got Vaughn and Liam out there as your defensive pairing. Whittle Pitzel, JoJo Ross along with Stewart out there. Face-off is won by Anoka. They carry it back behind their goaltender. They pass it to the near side board, but Vaughn gets a stick on it. Able to hold the zone temporarily here. Anoka's able to finally get it out here. Oh, disrupted again. And Anoka finally grabs it, carries it through the neutral zone. They carry it in, and they go around Vaughn, cut in front in the middle, but Jake sees it, gets it, rebound out in front. JoJo Ross gets a stick on that and able to clear it back out. Comes out front, Liam trying to battle, keep a shot off. Boys are able to do so. Stewart picks it up. He's going to carry it through the neutral zone. He carries through, trying to drop it over to Ross, but pass was off its mark, and it goes into the corner, and Anoka comes up with it. They fire it out of the zone. Ross is there, dumps it back in, and almost springs Stewart, but Anoka got a stick on that. Anoka finally grabbing it. He's going to come back into the zone. Liam, he loses an edge and goes down, but Anoka's first to pass it back to the point. Stone, fresh off the bench, passes it over to Stewart. Stewart tries to carry it right through. Backhand, you can't get anything on it though, and it goes back behind the goaltender. Stone's able to come back and try to hold the zone. Anoka finally gets it out as Carlin can't hold, as Anoka is pressuring. Carlin drops it, passes it cross ice over to Max. Max sends it up near side to Green. Green picks this up, tries to pass it over to Isaac Olsen right in the middle, but it's going to go back to Anoka. Anoka forces it way back in. Lands on Carlin's stick. Carlin sends it back around the board, back around Jake. Puck comes near side. Anoka maintaining possession, though. Ryan Roof there grabs it, sends it over to his D. They fire it just wide of the net. It's going to pop out, go to Green. Green gives it to Stone. Stone carries it out of the zone. Has to cut wide as Anoka's D doing a good job pressuring. Puck goes back behind the net. Green had it. Isaac is now going to go to the box, I believe. Yeah, and Isaac's going to the box. Let's take a look at exactly what happened there. Or maybe not. Replay didn't want to work on that one, I guess. I don't know, the replay glitched out and didn't want to work for me. Isaac Olsen to the box. Looks like we're going to have Schulte out there in the face-off circle. Face-off won by Anoka. Goes back to their D. They pass it back into the corner, but Vaughn is there to intercept that pass. Schulte gets there and dumps it out of the zone. Great play by the boys. Getting it out of the zone. Comes all the way back down, but they keep it from being an icing. Still some more time as we got a minute 13 left of Isaac's penalty. Anoka carries it into the zone. Takes a shot, but it hits Kraus right in the shin pads. Beautiful D by Kraus. Anoka able to hold the zone though. Takes a shot. Again, deflected in front by Vaughn. And our boys get it out of the zone. Anoka having to get out and regroup. Round from Anoka, brings it back in, tries to center it. It's deflected. Boys continue to battle here. And they're going to be able to get it out of the zone. Anoka's got to regroup, and they try to pass it back, goes the distance of the ice. There, Anoka sends it into the corner. 36 seconds left of this penalty. Stone has it. Cuts out in front. Short-handed shot, but a save by the goaltender. Beautiful play by Schulte here. Offensive zone coming. Pretty quiet in here today. Looks like I'm guessing that's Stone taking the face-off. Yep, Stone taking the face-off. Anoka comes up with it. Brings it in the corner. They pass it out front. Stone grabs it. Fires it, but it goes wide of the net. Goes into the corner. Stone and Ross are back there battling. I'm sorry, who's that? Gramzoni battling for it. Max Peterson disrupts their play. Liam's going to step up, and he's going to dump it into the zone and gets deep in. 7 seconds left of the penalty. Anoka does not have much to show for this power play. Puck comes to the near side boards. Max holds it. Max cuts out front, tries to backhander it, but gets deflected by an Anoka stick and pops up. Anoka able to get it back out of the zone. We're back 5-on-5. Isaac, fresh out of the box, steps out and helps strip him. Ike's going to carry it right up, and he goes down, and he's going to drop tripping. And Anoka touches it, and we get the whistle for the trip. And we'll go on our first power play here. See what the coach decides to do for the lineup here. 4:46 left of this first period. Looks like he's going to leave Schulte, Stewart, Pitzel, Max, and Liam out there. We'll see what they can come up with here. Schulte takes the face off. Goes into the corner. Schulte passes it over to Pitzel. Pitzel tries to center it. Comes all the way back to Max. Max is going to dump it back into the near side corner. Anoka's first to it. Tries to clear it, but Max able to hold again. He tries to send it back into the corner. Pitzel comes up with it. Circles it back behind the net. Tries to pass it out front. Anoka, though, forced him to keep possession. He now sends it back. Schulte gets it back to Max. Max going to dump it back in the corner as he didn't have a shooting lane. Stewart's there to pick it up. Stewart still has it. Cuts right on front. Sends it to Pitzel. Gives it back to Stewart. Oh, and Anoka intercepts. Beautiful play. They just couldn't connect there. Anoka's going to rush it out of the zone. Schulte's back. Bangs it off his stick, and we're able to get possession of this. Max sends it off the glass, and it's going to go right back to Anoka, unfortunately. And they're going to dump it back in. Pitzel grabs it, redirects, coming back the other direction. Pitzel cuts to the middle, but hit traffic there as Stewart was right in his way. Pitzel finally grabs a hold of it, carries it back into the zone. He cuts around the back of the goaltender, tries to center it to Stewart, but Anoka intercepted that and is able to get a hold of this, and they're carrying it all. 14 seconds left of our power play. They come in. Jackson Kraus forces them outside. Anoka goes into the corner. Kraus goes down as they continue to battle for it. Pitzel steps in, tries to grab it. And Anoka comes up with his shot, hits the blocker of Jake, and Schulte actually gloves that down. He's just going to flick it out of the zone as Anoka's back 5-on-5. They tried to flick it out of the zone. They were able to keep it. Oh, and how are we not getting a penalty on that? He literally grabbed the head of Kraus and dragged him down. That was unbelievable why we didn't get a call on that. Anoka, though, able to hold it temporarily, I guess. Pitzel picks it up, carries it out. And he can't get anywhere as Anoka chips it off his stick. They bring it back our direction. Kraus is going to be first to it. Brings it back behind Jake. Redirects, comes back the other direction. Anoka's back on him, though, quickly and is able to take it away from him. They grab it. And they pass it, and that's going to be out. Oh, and they keep that on sides. That was completely off, but refs need some new glasses, I guess. Two missed calls. Pitzel's going to send it high and just get it right in the middle of the zone. He's able to get a change as a result. Anoka picks this up, sends it on the near side boards, and the ref goes down. There's a little karma. Green sends it over to Isaac. Isaac takes a shot. Saved by the goaltender. Anoka player just getting back up. I'm not certain what happened there with the collision. Puck bounces back out. The Anoka player's trying to just limp to get off the ice. He's struggling to get on. Clearing attempt by Anoka goes the distance to the ice, but lands on net. So Vaughn's going to pick this up. He carries it over, passes it up to Ike, but the pass is just off his mark, and it goes the distance of the ice, and you get an icing. Well, the defensive zone draw. Minute 31 left of the first period. Yeah, I notice I announce with a little bit more passion if I have a few pregame cocktails. I continue that ritual. Schulte will take the face off. He wins the puck back. Von Norman grabs it, sends it around. Tries to get it to Gramzoni, but he has it taken from us. His pass is a little bit off. They cut right out in front. Liam battling. And I think the puck somehow dribbled in through the 5-hole or something. I'm not certain how they managed to get that one in. Let's take a look.
I think a couple of
no clue how that one dribbled in. If that went through the 5-hole or on the backside. 3-0 Anoka though in the first. Schulte's going to take the face off. Wins it back to Max. Max sends it up to Drew. Drew tries to chip it into the zone. Goes back to Anoka. Anoka's able to clear it back out. Max comes up with it though. Schulte's going to pick it up on the blue line. Tries to cut through, but gets it chipped off his stick. And Anoka is able to clear the zone. They're going to carry it up the far side board. Carlin's there to battle, disrupts his entry as Schulte's able to go back and pick this up. Tries to bang it off the boards there to get around the Anoka player, but Anoka comes up with this. Drew finally comes up with it, passes it cross ice over to Gramzoni. Graham picks it up. He's got a rolling puck there. Fans on a shot attempt. Had his head up trying to look for a pass. Anoka comes up with it again and sends it around the near side boards all the way back to the blue line, but Max is able to hold. Puck goes into the corner. And Anoka clears the zone. Comes back in. Max Peterson and Carlin are back for it. They disrupt this play, and Schulte's able to get it. Pass it to center ice to Drew. Drew dumps it in, but that'll be it. Leave an icing, and we'll go back down our direction. A few new forwards are going to be out there. 9 seconds left of the first period here. Shots on goal, 14-6. Pitzel will take the face-off. Face-off goes back to Anoka's D. Shot attempt from the point. Dribbles through, but gets tipped into the corner. Carlin's going to grab it, sends it around the boards, but that's going to land back on Anoka's stick. And we get the buzzer to end the first period. Anoka 3, Good Guys 0 after first. Special thanks again all season for our guys in the announcer booth. Brock Norman running the game sheet. Jeff Peterson rocking the music, and Rob Oswald, who likes to run the penalty box. No other dads on any home games ever have to do anything, so we greatly appreciate their effort. Oh, Boldy, Matt Boldy tonight. Wilder winning 3-2, and Matt Boldy's got a hat trick. He's got all three. Unfortunately, I wish our boys could say the same thing, but they're struggling to find some success here in this game. We got 2 periods to go, and hopefully they can dig deep and come back here. They've had some good plays. Just struggling. Get the buzzer for the face-off. Your starting lineup this period is going to be the Triple S forwards: Stone, Stewart, Schulte, Max Peterson, and Liam Hamas back there at your D-mates. Trevor Stone will be in the face-off circle. Face-off one to Anoka. That comes back to their D. They send it up the boards. Stewart's there to disrupt, and he's able to get it to Stone. Stone grabs it, carries it into the zone, but Anoka strips them, and they bring it back out. And dangerous play as they enter the zone. Trying to go around Liam. Liam holds strong. He tries to toe drag to the middle, but Liam causes him to disrupt the puck and goes into the corner. Anoka continues to come up with it. They drop it back to the point. They send it back behind the goaltender. Liam gets a hold of that and sends it back into the corner. Anoka trying to center. Our boys got a stick on it, and they send it to the near side corner. Liam finally able to get a hold of this, sends it up to Stewart. Stewart's going to be able to carry it out of the zone. Tries to go around the first Anoka player, but they did a good job taking the body. Vaughn is now on the ice as he switches for Liam. Puck's on the near side corner. Schulte holds, sends one. Saved by the Anoka goaltender. Goes into the corner. Puck goes back behind the net. Anoka possesses it. They're going to be able to get it out of the zone. Krause is now on the ice. He's battling. Anoka enters the zone. Forces them again wide. They drop it back to the corner. Number 49 drives it in deep. They bring it back behind our goaltender. Looking for passing options. Somebody's right out front. An open passing lane. Rebound goes off the pipe. And it comes near side. Stewart had passed it into the offensive zone, but Stone had traffic on him, and Anoka's able to grab it. Ryan Roof from Anoka takes a shot from the point, and Jake comes up with a save. We get a whistle. 13 minutes and 19 left of the second period here. Pitzel trying to win the face-off. It goes back to Anoka. Anoka trying to pass it over to their D. It comes out of the zone. Pitzel drives it in deep, gets a shot on goal. But the goaltender comes up with a save. Big face-up coming up here for Pitzel as he's going to take the face-off in the offensive zone. 13:06 left of the period. Anoka maintains possession after that. They bring it back behind their goalie. He sends it around the near side boards trying to get it out, but Vaughn steps up, holds it, carries it around, tries to throw one on net, bounces up the side of the net, but Vaughn picks it back up, centers it for Milic, and Milic buries it for a goal. Great play by the boys. Let's take a look at that one. Great goal by the boys. We needed that to start off this period. 2-goal deficit. We can come back from this one. Isaac Olsen wins it back. Goes back over to Carlin. Carlin sends it up the near side boards. Anoka's able to grab a hold of it though. Goes over into the corner. Anoka maintains possession. Shot from the point. Jake with a save. Goes back behind the goaltender. They send it on the near side boards. Isaac carrying it into the zone, tries to pass it over to Ross. Pass is just too far in front of him. They get it into the zone. Isaac comes up with this though. Right out in front, shot! Oh, and a save by the goalie. And Green tried to get a stick on that, but he just couldn't get over there fast enough. Ross tries to grab it, and a pass was tipped by Anoka, and it comes back out. Max Peterson back to grab it. He goes back around the boards. Mishandles the puck, unfortunately, as they lose it back to Anoka. Ross picks up, carries it, or grabs it, sends it over to Green. Green carries it out of the zone. Enters. Isaac strips him for him. And he brings it back inside as Anoka got it back out. Max brought it back in, and we get a whistle for an offsides. New lineup coming back out. We're going back with the Triple S line. Stewart, Schulte, and Stone. Hamas and Norman out there again. Face-off is driven back into the Anoka zone. They pass it back through the neutral ice. Anoka still maintains possession, but Trevor steps in, tries to help out. Schulte pressuring too. Battle along the boards. And the puck bounces all the way back out. Trevor tries to center on the boards. Miscommunication between him and Liam as Liam thought he was going to grab it. Pass attempt goes right to Anoka. They have forced though to bring it back behind their goaltender. Vaughn's going to drop back, grabs it, tries to center pass it, but Anoka intercepts. And it's going to go back into our zone. Liam's going to pick this up. And we get a call for Vaughn going to the box. Missed exactly what happened. What was the call for, did you see? Defensive zone draw coming at you. Looks like we're just going to leave most of the steam forwards out. It looks like Stone and Schulte along with Hamas and Max. We win it. Max able to clear the zone, and that springs Schulte here. Schulte comes in, takes a shot, but it hits the goaltender in the pad, gets deflected. Stone battles here near side, tries to keep it. Max able to hold the zone. He dumps it back in, goes back behind the goaltender. Anoka picks it up though and is able to maintain possession as they exit the zone. Intercepted by Trevor though as Anoka is trying to pass it right through the neutral zone. 58 seconds left of the penalty. Max disrupting Anoka's zone entry, forces them into the corner. Schulte back there trying to battle to continue to help out. Anoka grabs it at the point, sends it over near side. Centering attempt, but our boys got a stick on it, forced into the corner. Schulte picks it up, sends it around the corner. Name stepping in back here, gets a nice poke check. Anoka is able to come up with it again. They send it back into the corner. Anoka sends it back around Jake, maintaining possession, dropped it back to the point. Cross ice, shot hits Jake right in the chest, rebound back to Anoka. Oh, and our boys able to try to clear. Oh, and they find one from the point as they bury that one. And that penalty cost us there as we get another power play. Or Anoka gets another power play goal. Take another look at the goal. Alright, for some reason I can't stop the power or the replay there faster. Anoka wins the face-off, brings it into the zone, cuts right in the middle. Shot goes wide of the net. Anoka picks it up, carries it back behind the goaltender. Wraparound attempt, disrupted by Will. Will sends it up the near side boards, gets it to Gramzoni. Gramzoni tries to pass the center ice, gets it intercepted. Kraus though able to take it away and send it back up to Pitzel. Pitzel drops it back to Milic. Milic tries to chip it back over to Pitzel on the far side corner, but Anoka is able to come up with it. They're going to carry it out of the zone. Oh, Carlin lost an edge there. Luckily they went wide there, and Kraus does a nice job pushing him into the corner. Scrambled behind the net. We come up with this. Carlin tries to pass it. Or was that Gramzoni maybe? Somebody tried to pass it there. I can't see which number that was. Milic comes up with this, sends it out of the eye or out of the zone. Comes all the way back down, but Anoka grabs it and sends it back down our direction. That's tipped. That was tipped, so Kraus picks it up and no icing. Kraus tries to send it to the winger, Gramzoni. Battle along the boards. And the puck bounces out of the zone. Anoka picks this up. There we go, cross ice. Intercepted, pass is intercepted by Kraus, and he's able to get it out of the zone in the neutral ice. Gramzoni just goes down. I don't know how that wasn't called. Ross dumps it deeper into the zone. Puck goes back around to the far side corner. Anoka is going to enter our zone again. Norman and Hamas are fresh off the bench. Norman strips them and sends it back out of the neutral ice. Anoka maintaining possession of this. Liam almost gets an interception there. Von Norman grabs it, sends it back behind the goaltender. Comes around to the near side boards. But Anoka's able to hold. Liam picks it up, chips it up. Ross grabs it. Sends it back up the boards. It comes back out. Isaac trying to spring himself, just can't get possession, and Anoka brings it back in offsides and get another whistle. .7:17 left of the second period. Shots on goal, 21-12. Quinn's a little bit behind on our shots on goal. Anoka wins the face-off. They try to pass it through the zone. Schulte's able to strip him of it, but tries to tap it back over to Stone, but it gets intercepted by Anoka, and they carry it back into the zone. Schmidt from Anoka carries it into the corner. Vaughn presses him into the corner. Stone steps up and strips it of him. He tries to pass it over the winger, though, and Anoka's there to grab it. Liam comes in. Stone and Liam in the corner battling for it. Stone comes out with this. He sends it off the boards, trying to get it to Stewart. Stewart's able to get it out of the zone, trying to find Schulte in the center ice. He's able to do so. Oh, and Anoka got a stick on it and forced it into the corner. Schulte trying to force it into the center ice. Hit a player in front. Stewart picks it up, brings it in, and Schulte scores! What a play by Stewart! That one we got to definitely look at again. What a play by Stewart to fight his way through traffic there and find the back door of the goalie, make this again a 2-goal game, 4-2. Our boys might be down, but they're certainly not out at this point. They would love to see a win against Anoka. Hand them their first defeat of the season. New line will be out there again. Face-off was won by Anoka. Liam intercepts a zone entry pass attempt. He's going to send it over, tries to get it to Milic. It goes to Pitzel. Pitzel gives it to Milic. Milic gives it to Gramzoni, who fights through the middle of the traffic. Vaughn steps up trying to hold the zone, and we can't do it. Drew sends it back out. Liam's going to drop back to pick this up. Anoka's going to be first to it, though. Goes into the corner. Anoka drops it back to the point. They go cross ice. Shot, saved by the Jake. It goes up into the corner, goes back behind there. Liam battles, tries to get it back. Will Pitzel sends it around the boards. Liam intercepts a pass, tries to throw it out of the ice, but it's intercepted. Tried to get it out of the zone, I should say, and Vaughn grabs it. And Vaughn has it stripped from him, and they cycle back in. Drew, though, picks it up. He's going to, and he just misses Pitzel, as Pitzel is turning his head right at the wrong time. And we get a whistle for an icing, but that was a great play by Drew. Just a little bit of a misread. Get a defensive zone draw. Full new line coming out at you. Max Peterson and Carlin out there as their D-mates. Got Isaac Olsen in the center. Ross and Green as wingmates. Isaac wins it over. It dribbles out in front of Drake, and he comes up with a save and decides to just cover. Yeah. Isaac in the face-off circle again. Face-off is won. Ross picks it up, carries it out of the zone. He dumps it in deep and chases. Ross with an aggressive play. He ends up beating him to the puck. Maintains possession of this. Fighting through. Anoka comes up with this. Isaac's almost able to strip him, but Anoka is going to carry it into the zone. Isaac disrupts that play, and Ross swoops right in and grabs it. Carries it back out, and he's going to send it to distant ice. That will be an icing, though. So he's on the wrong side of the line. Isaac taking the face off again. Isaac comes up with a face-off win, sends it in the corner. Carlin grabs it, sends it around the backside of the boards. Max picks it up, pass it up to Ross, but passes off its mark, and Anoka picks this up. We're going to re-enter our zone. Harlan doing a good job pressuring, forces them into the corner. Isaac there to support. Isaac just using his sheer size. Puck is caught between their skates here and finally pops out. Harlan grabs it, redirects it back behind the goaltender, but Anoka comes up with this. They pass it back to the point. Centering attempt, intercepted out front, but Anoka comes up with it again. Shot and save by Jake. Jake doing a wonderful job tonight for us as always. Coach is going to get some fresh legs on the bench or on the ice. The three S's are going to be back on the ice along with Krause and Norman as their defensive pairing. Stone will take the face-off. Face-off is won by Anoka. Centering attempt, sends it over, goes off his skate though, and Krause is first to it in the corner. Battle, gets it up to Schulte. Schulte passes it to Stewart. Stewart tries to backhand pass it right to Stone up the middle, but Anoka intercepts and it's back in. Oh, and Schulte did a good job getting back there, disrupting their pass a little bit there, and Stewart carries it out, gives it to Schulte. Schulte tried to cut up the middle, loses it temporarily, and Stone tries to bury it as the rebound went back over there, but goaltender came up with a save, and Anoka is able to regain possession and carry it back out. Anoka goes back around the back of Jake. He maintains possession of this. Cuts right up back in front. Shot, but saved by Jake. Picked up by Stone. Stone gets it up to Vaughn. Vaughn tries to feed it to Schulte. The pass is just a little too far out of his reach. No icing, though, at this point. Oh, interception almost by Von Norman as that pass was almost intercepted. Jackson doing a great job right out in front. Shot attempt by Jake. Comes up with a save. Gramzoni passes it over to Schulte. Schulte gets it to Stone. Stone carries it in. Takes a shot, but Anoka got a stick on it. Gets deflected up into the corner. Gramzoni's there trying to battle, but Anoka comes up with this. Drew fresh off the bench. Disrupts a pass attempt. They're able to bring it back in. Liam steps back. Knocks it off Ryan Roof's stick. He sends it around the boards. Goes all the way back over to Drew. Drew and Max battling for it. Anoka centers. Comes back near side. Drops to the point. He carries it in. Throws one on net. But Jake grabs it as it slides through the crease and he gets a whistle. Face-off in the near side corner in the defensive zone. Will Pitts will take the face-off. Face-off goes to Anoka. They drop it back down to the point. Shot hits Liam in front. Anoka tries to center again, but they're able to try to drop it back to the point. Drew grabs it. To get it out of the zone. Anoka's able to come up with this centering attempt, but Gramzoni got there just in time. Liam passed it over to Drew. Drew's almost loses it. They're able to get it out of the zone here. Comes back in by Anoka. Max dumps it out this time, and it goes back to Anoka's D. And bring it back into the zone temporarily. Will Pitzel trying to get it back out. Able to do so. Feeds it up to Gramzoni. Graham comes in, takes a shot, but it goes right in the belly of the goaltender, and he comes up with a save. Minute 34 left in this period. Coach will get a new lineup out there. 4-2 still. Isaac on the ice will take your face-off. He's got Green and Ross out there along with Carlin and Krause. Face-off one back to Ross. Ross dumps it back behind the goaltender. Green there is able to grab it. Passes it right to Ike. Ike had a stick. Anoka stick touch his stick and can't get a full shot off there. Krause disrupts their play as they strips him right in the middle. It goes all the way back into the zone. Ross is there battling. Ross again with the forecheck. Ike's there to try to grab it. But Anoka comes up with this and carries it back out. Anoka brings it into the zone. Shot saved by Jake. Rebound right to Anoka, but Jake slides over, gets a secondary save, and our boys able to keep that one out of the back of the net. Anoka comes up with this. They pass it over to the far side boards. Passes off its mark, and JoJo Ross comes in. Oh, and they go down. Fired on. JoJo Ross fires that right into the belly, unfortunately, of the goaltender. And that goaltender comes up with a save as Anoka's defense came up with a big blunder there and lost an edge. Unfortunate he couldn't bury that one there. And 41 seconds left of this period. Stone will be back in the face-off circle. Face-off's won by Anoka. They're able to carry it out of the zone. He goes around Carlin, brings it into the zone. Pressure though by Schulte. Pass it over. Saved by Jake. Stewart grabs it, passes it out, able to get it to Stone. Oh, but Anoka's able to chip it off his stick, and they bring it back into the zone. Shot attempt was tipped by Kraus on that one, sent to the corner. Anoka, though, maintaining possession. Stewart strips it, though. He's going to bring it in, cuts right out in front. Oh, and he tries to cut out in front. He just couldn't get his shot off in time. And it was just wide as we get the buzzer for the end of the second period. Great way to end the second. Boys got to dig down deep on this next period. They came up big for us, only letting up one goal, I think, in this period, and came up with two. So, got to continue to pressure, find those passes and throughout the neutral zone. We seem to turn over the most amount of pucks in the neutral zone all season long. Shots on goal, 28 for Anoka, 17 for us. We get the buzzer, we'll proceed to the last 15 minutes of this game. Starting lineup is going to be the Triple S line, Schulte, Stewart, and Stone. Stone in the face-off circle. Thomas and Norman will be back out there as your D partners. Stone will take your face off. Face off is one to Anoka. It goes back to their D. They try to dump it back into the neutral zone, but it hits a stick out in front of the Anoka bench and pops into their bench. And they'll get a offensive zone draw. Good way to start this third period. Stone will be back in the face-off circle. Anoka comes up with a face-off win, though. They're able to carry it out of the zone. Stone, though, strips him of it. He comes back, cuts wide, goes into the zone, shot. Oh, and it just goes wide. Goes into the corner. Stewart's there to try to battle, sends it back into the corner. Battle in the corner. Anoka comes up with this. Stewart, though, disrupts. Anoka dumps it out, goes to Liam. Liam passes it cross ice over to Vaughn. Vaughn tries to feed it up the middle to Stone, but it hits his skates. Stewart steps in to support, picks it back up. And he dumps it into the corner. Stone's going to be first to this. Tries to center it back out to Schulte. Grabs it, tries to wrap it around. And the puck bounces all the way back out here. So we were caught in a change. Hitzel's put it all the way up. No, I'm sorry, that was Bramzoni, I believe. I need to bring my glasses to these. Oh, and a misread as we try to pass it to nobody here. Max Peterson picks it up. He dumps it into the zone, goes up back. Goalie stops it. Anoka's D grabs it, brings it back around and gets it out of the zone, but it's intercepted by Peterson. Waiting to... on. Ramzoni just can't get back on side in times before Max dumps that back in, and we get a whistle for the offsides. Looks like we're going to neutral ice, center ice draw. Pitzel will be in the face-off circle. Anoka comes out with that, carries it into the zone, dumps it back into the corner. Carlin back there pressuring, does a good job keeping them from getting possession of this. Pitzel steps in to help out. Comes back out. Can't tell who that is. If that's Gramzoni, Gramzoni carries it into the zone, dumps it in deep. Anoka, though, is able to regain possession, brings it back out. They carry it back in. Max is there to disrupt them, though. Sends it back over. They are able to maintain possession of this. They grab this. Shot. Jake got a glove on that. Deflected up into the glass. Puck comes over here. Boys continue to battle for it as Carlin came up with it. Gets it to Milic. Milic passes it to Pitzel. Pitzel's going to carry it in the zone here. Drops it back to Milic. He cuts right out in front. Hits a bunch of traffic, though, and he loses it as he's trying to make it through 4 Anoka players, it looked like there. Anoka carries it back into the zone. Shot attempt hits Kraus in the shin or in the skate. He wins there. Hopefully he's okay. Vaughn with a perfect stick. Chips it off Anoka and brings it back out. Vaughn just using his pure muscle at some points here. Isaac picks it back up. He's going to carry it in the zone, and Vaughn goes down with 2 players. Shot goes off the goaltender. Isaac maintaining possession of it. Another shot saved by the goaltender again, and Anoka swoops in and picks this back up and able to clear the zone. Vaughn grabs it, and he tries to backhand her, and Coach Rob signed him up for the Minnesota Twins as he caught that one cleanly. We could use a couple good players. Wonder if he can hit as good as he can catch there. New lineup coming out. Stone will be in the face-off circle. Got Stewart and Schulte out there to support. Puck comes back to Vaughn. Vaughn sends it near side to the corner. Schulte's after it, but Anoka is going to get there first. They send it back out to neutral ice. He picks it up, sends it across. Stone intercepts a pass, sends it back out, but Anoka comes up with it again. Anoka sends it back into our zone. Is going to go back into the corner. Kraus grabs it, sends it around the backside of Jake. That's going to land on an Anoka stick. Anoka has it back behind Jake. Stone stepping up, disrupts their play, gets it over to Schulte. Schulte tries to pass it over, but Anoka came up with that again. Kraus doing a great job battling again. Kraus just having a really good game defensively today. Ryan Roof from Anoka is able to maintain possession here, throws it into the corner. They drop it back to the D. Shot deflected by Vaughn up and over. Vaughn grabs it. Looking for passing options, finds Stone out on the wing there, but hits him in the skates, bounces out. Stewart picks it up though on the neutral ice, sends it over to Stone. Stone, shot attempt, hits traffic in front, bounces back out. Liam's going to pick this up. He passes it to Stewart, bounces off his stick and goes to Schulte. Schulte dumps it in deep. Stewart's going after it, but Anoka beats him to it, sends it around the boards. Pitzel, fresh off the bench, comes out, flies, tried to hold the zone, but can't do so. It's going to bounce back up. Liam can't maintain it as Anoka grabbed it. And they pick it up, carry it back in, but Max does a great job disrupting that play. Anoka able to hold the zone. And nobody covering out front. So I don't know what Liam's doing as he's standing way up in the winger's spot. Drew finally picks this up, carries it out, gets it to Pitzel. Pitzel carries it into the zone, cuts out front. Liam's going to be able to hold the zone. He tries to take a slap shot, hits traffic in front. Comes back to the point, not able to hold the zone as it pops out to neutral ice. Milic sends it over to Pitzel. Pitzel cuts around, takes a shot, but misses just high and wide. Puck comes over to the far side boards. Max able to keep the zone. Anoka's able to get it back out, and Drew excellently brings it back in offsides as Pitzel was still off. 9:23 left of the third period. Boys got to really get going. Isaac will take the face off. Anoka comes out with it. They carried into the zone. Kraus battling, makes him dump it into the zone. Isaac stepping in to help out, pops over to the corner. Harlan out trying after it. They drop it back to the point. Oh, and a misread, and Green picks this up. He's got Ross with him. Green. Oh, and he brings it to his... Oh, and he tries to feed it to Isaac. Can't connect. Kraus able to hold the zone. Green sending it back again to Kraus. Kraus trying to drive one, goes wide of the net again. Ross trying to grab it. Comes to the near side corner. Ross able to hold. Sends it back behind the goaltender to Green. Isaac picking this up. Anoka able to come up with it now. Isaac walks around Ross. Keeps possession of it momentarily at least. He's doing a good job battling here as Green now disrupts it. And Anoka's going to go to the box. So they touch it and the whistle gets blown for a hooking. Nobody likes a hooker. It's like number 46 Brown from Anoka going to the box on the hooking. Let's see what coach decides to do, and he's going to put the big boys out again. I like his strategy here. Stone, Schulte, and Stewart, and Vaughn and Peterson out. We win the faceoff, goes back to Schulte. Schulte gives it back to Norman. Norman gives it back to Schulte. Schulte passes it over to Max. Max tries to bang it up the boards to Stewart, but has to try again. Stewart grabs it, sends it back behind Stone. Stone gives it to Vaughn. Vaughn gives it back to Stone. Back to Vaughn, but the pass is off its mark. He can't find a shot. Schulte goes back to Peterson. Peterson tries to feed it back over to Vaughn. Still yet to get a shot on net here. Centering attempt by Stone to Stewart, but passes off its mark. Max brings it in. Shot attempt. Bounces really high. Anoka jumps up and is able to get it. Stewart battling, trying to keep it under the zone, but Anoka sends it the distance ice. Lands on net, so no icing as Schulte grabs it. Schulte tries to bring it out of the zone, but hits a Anoka player right out in front. Stays in temporarily. Max picks this up. He's going to carry it into the zone. Gets it in deep. Shot. Goes back behind the net, though. Stewart has it now. Looking for options. Carries it back behind the goaltender. He's going to drop it back to Vaughn. Vaughn had a shooting lane there. I kind of wish he would have taken a shot there. Stewart's grabbed it. 8 seconds left of this power play. Vaughn's able to hold the zone. Vaughn tried to center it, but it gets intercepted by Anoka right out front. I don't think we got a shot on goal that entire power play, and they played amazing. You got to learn to fire it though once in a while. Face-off coming back down as we got that icing, so an offensive zone draw. Big face-off coming up here. Pitzel will be in the face-off circle. He's got Milic and Gramzoni on his wings. Kraus and Hamas out there. He wins the face-off to Kraus. Kraus sends one just wide of the net. Goes back over to Gramzoni. Gram's going to try to drop it to Liam, but it gets intercepted by Anoka. Anoka carries it in through the neutral zone. Goes into the corner. Anoka has it at the point. Shot hits traffic in front. Rebound goes to Anoka. They send it wide though. Puck goes into the corner. Pitzel stepping in, trying to grab it. Liam is able to give it to Gramzoni. Gramzoni goes cross ice over to Drew, and it bounced off the stick and goes to Anoka. They're able to dump it back in. Kraus is first to it, sends it around the boards, trying to get it to Milic. They can't connect as Anoka sends one. Hits Liam out front. Rebound goes back to Anoka, and Jake again with another save. Not looking too hot for our boys. This line needs to probably be broken up here. Kraus and Liam will stay out there. Going to go to Isaac, Green, and Ross, who've had a pretty good couple shifts here. Let's see what they can come up with this. Anoka comes up with it, shot right off the draw, and Jake makes a save, and we get another whistle. Isaac will take the face-off again. Face-off won by Anoka. Shot from the point. Oh, and that finds the back of the net. So I don't even think Jake could see that one, as he looked like he might have been screened. Let's take another look. Might have actually got tipped by that Anoka player to the right, but I'm not certain. Face-off back in the face-off, or the center ice here. Isaac will take the face-off. Same whole lineup are going to remain out there. 5-2 with 5:39 left of the game. Something's going on. Looks like they're trying to get something going with their game sheet here. And our face-off is going. Isaac taking the face-off. Isaac coming out with this. Busts through from his knees, maintaining possession. Oh, and he just can't get a shot off. Kraus grabs it, takes a shot, gets deflected wide. Ross grabs it, gets forced into the corner. Puck comes over to the near side corner. Anoka's going to carry it into our zone. Kraus steps in and is able to take down the Anoka player. Liam grabs over, helps out. Shot attempt goes wide. Loss on the far side corner. Liam stepping in to help out. Huge scrum in the corner there as they had Ross pinned completely. Centering attempt goes right out front. Oh, and it gets deflected just wide. Puck goes back behind the goaltender. Ross able to pick this up. And Liam chips it out of the zone, but it hits a ref or something. I think it hit the ref or hit a player on the bench there, and we get a whistle. Another defensive zone draw. Stone is back on the ice. Face-off one to Anoka. Anoka takes a shot from the point. Goes back behind Jake. Max grabs it, sends it around the boards. Schulte comes up with this. Anoka pressuring though. Schulte's able to get it over to Stone. Stone sends it out. Stewart picks this up. And he loses it to Anoka. Oh, and Stewart, though, able to come up with this temporarily, at least continues to battle. And Stewart keeps it in the zone, sends it back behind the goaltender. Stone's back there battling for it. Centers right to Schulte. Schulte with a shot, but they hits the goaltender in the pad and bounces back out. And Anoka gets it back out, and uh-oh, they come into the zone. Carlin gets a stick on it, sends it wide. That was a dangerous play as they came into the zone. Carlin grabs this. Carlin bakes it off the glass and dumps it out of the zone. Stone's going to be racing to grab this. He centers it. Oh, and Schulte just can't find the back of the net. What a play. Stewart grabs it. Stewart dumps it back behind the goaltender. Stone's going to go back for it. Comes out to the corner. Schulte gives it to Pete Max. Max takes a shot, hits traffic in front, deflected into the corner. Stewart wraps it around the back of the net. Stone grabs this. Sends it back out front. Schulte with a shot. Hits deflected up and wide, hits the glass. Clearing attempt by Anoka. Max able to hold. Sends it back into the corner. Anoka sends it around the boards. Stewart battles, tries to get to Trevor Stone, but Anoka intercepts and gets it out. Carlin's going to be dropping back to pick this up. He carries it back behind Jake. Oh, and Will Pitzel gets tackled right behind there. No penalty. I don't know. We're not getting a call there. Or I'm sorry, it was Carlin got tackled. Pitzel's going to carry it out of the zone here. Pitzel carries it in. Oh, and he gets it chipped off his stick right before he can get a shot off. And gain from Anoka, brings it back in. Liam able to intercept, chips it out of the zone. Milic feeds it to Pitzel, but Anoka gets a stick on it and deflects it into the corner. They send it around the back of the boards. Anoka battling, sends it off the boards here. They bring it back out. Vaughn and Liam back out here. Shot blocker saved by Jake. Bounces off, finds Graham Zoni. Graham tried to feed it to Pitzel, but the pass is off its mark and goes back to Anoka. They bring it back behind there. Graham Zoni gets it out. Tried to feed it right to Pitzel, but Anoka got a stick on it. Bounces back out of the zone. Misread by Liam and Vaughn, though, as they collide mid-ice. Vaughn manhandling, able to chip it back out. Pitzel comes with this, dumps it into the corner. Pitzel maintains possession, centers it, but they can't find anything. Liam comes up with this, takes a shot. Oh, rebound. Oh, and it goes to Drew. And just like that, the boys score one. 123. What a great play. Drew able to come up with that rebound and bury it. Minute 23, might be a little too late, but we'll take every one we can away from Anoka. 5-3 still. Isaac Olsen back in the face-off circle. Anoka coming up with this. They enter the zone. Max Peterson chips it back into the far side corner. Anoka sends it back to their point. Can't get a shot off as Ross gets it, and he's going to just kick it deep into the zone as he had lost his stick. And Isaac just tries to keep it in, but can't do it quite. And we get it offsides, but minute 1 left. Coach is deciding going back out with the big boy line. The 3 S's coming back out. Kraus and Max out there as your D partners. Probably a good choice as we're trying to get this W. Stone trying to win the face-off. Anoka, though, comes up with it, brings it into the zone. Shot goes wide of the net. Max ships it over to Schulte. Schulte tries to feed it to Stewart, but passes just a little too far out of his reach. Anoka maintaining this, sends it right up in front. Oh, and Anoka's able to bury one with 39 seconds left of the game. Oh, that's a bummer. Isaac Olsen's back out on the ice with Green and Ross. Rouse and Peterson staying out there as D. Anoka, Ryan Roof busts through and just carries it into the zone. Slap shot from the point. Gets deflected in the corner by Jake. Kraus is there first to it, sends it off the boards. Anoka stops it though, able to hold. Kraus trying to battle again. They drop it back to the point. Shot goes wide of the net. Goes over to the far side corner. Centering attempt by Anoka. Ryan Roof comes up with this, sends one wide. Anoka maintains possession, drops it back to the D. Shot again. Wide and hits traffic. Goes into the corner. Our boy's not able to get a hold of this. They send one out in front. Jake gets his hand on it and covers. Boy's not liking this. Is a little shoving match out front. Kraus standing up for his goaltender. 3 seconds remaining. Isaac's going to take the face-off draw, and that will bring us to the end of the game as we get the buzzer. Not certain the official shot count, but looks like maybe 38 shots on goal to 21. 6-3 win by Anoka. They are the team to beat in this district, still undefeated in our district. I think 14th, I said, ranked in state. They were 10th earlier this year. They're the real deal. 2 great goaltenders, and they have our number. Our next game will be District 10 playoffs in 2 weeks, so we'll be back live then. See when that's certainly.